Hey guys, good morning and welcome to Vlogmas Day 19. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pick out my Monday outfit and show you guys what I'm going to wear. And what I have to do today is film my short form content video. I usually film that on Sundays, but yesterday was just a really crazy, horrible day for me. So I didn't have time to film that. So I'm just going to have to do it today. And I think it's going to be a fairly simple one. So it's not going to take much preparation whatsoever. So we're just going to get right into that. And I also wanted to share a horrible experience with you. If you notice, my index finger on my right hand is missing a nail. That's because when I was slicing my mango yesterday, I had a little knife accident and cut my fingernail off. So I peeled the rest of it off and my entire nail polish came off. So I'm very upset about it and I really have to do some maintenance on this finger. Okay, I'll show you what I'm wearing in a few minutes. Okay guys, so here's my outfit for today. I'm just wearing this kind of knee-length dress and it's strapless. It has the built-in bra with it, so I do love that. And I just did my hair in a quick ponytail because, like I said, I have to go film that video. So this is just what we're going to be wearing. Sure, it may be 40 degrees outside, but do I care? Not really. Okay guys, we're in my filming setup and I guess I'm just going to get started on making my video. When you're applying your makeup, do you ever experience your products drying on your face way too fast for you to blend them out without them streaking? Well, the tip I'm going to give you today is going to solve that problem. So the example thing that I'm going to use today is just a concealer. And no matter what cream or liquid product that you're using, the tip is to always just go ahead and do one side at once. Don't apply both sides at the same time. You're just going to want to take one side, apply it, and further blend it out. Once you're finally done blending that side, then go ahead and apply the other side and then go in and blend this side out. And then if you're working with a specific product like a concealer, then you want to go ahead and spot conceal if you so please. Then you want to go ahead and blend that concealer out. And the same thing goes with cream bronzer, cream blush, cream highlight, anything. If you apply it in steps like this, you never run the risk of it drying way too fast and you being unable to work with it. Alright guys, for this next segment, I really wanted to talk about all the new makeup releases. Since I've been so busy this month during Vlogmas, I haven't really had a chance to sit back and really look at all the products and see what's coming out. And I have watched a few videos about the new makeup releases, but I haven't really had a chance to look at all the websites that I like to look at myself. So that's what we're going to do today, and we're going to talk about them. Now, please also bear in mind that everything I'm about to say is completely unfiltered because I haven't had any chance to prepare for this video, so I have no idea what I'm about to be looking at or what I'm about to say. So if you happen to not like what I say or you don't agree with me, then I really don't care. And as always, just go ahead and leave a comment down below in the comment section and we can have a nice, friendly debate down there. So I think where I'm going to start first, the easiest, most well-known place, we're going to go on to Trendmood and look at what products recently came out on there. And we're going to talk about them first. So I'm moving over a little bit so I can pop up some pictures for you. And the first thing I see is from Tarte Cosmetics and it's called the Sculpt Tape. And this comes with a brush. Now, I'm not sure if this is available on anything other than QVC because Tarte seems to release most of their new products available only on QVC. But I don't care because I buy a lot of stuff from QVC anyway. I love QVC shopping. But right away, this seems to be a straight up dupe of the Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand, obviously. And I don't own that product, and I actually haven't tried any product in that category. So I typically like Tarte products, so this is something I am interested in. I don't really care about the brush at all, but the actual product seems pretty cool. This comes in 5 different shades. The lightest one seems to be really cool tone, so that would be more of a contour shade for me. So I would definitely go with the lightest tone called Soft Bronze. Now, once you start getting into the deeper tones, they start getting more warm, so they're more of bronzing tones. But I think the lightest shade is actually an actual contour, so that's the one I would go for. Now, the price of this is $35, and that is a little bit expensive, but Tarte always has great sales, so if you can actually buy this on their website, you can probably save quite a bit of coin on this, and it's something I would look forward to in the future. However, this is not something I'm going to be rushing out to buy, although I really do like it. Next up from Valentino Beauty, we have 5 new shades of lipstick and then a little duo of a refillable compact powder plus a mini lipstick. I love the idea of Valentino Beauty. I know it's a luxury brand and I love stuff like that. I don't own a lot of stuff like that, but I love it. It's nice to see them release lipstick shades like this. I am intrigued by each individual one, and I would wear every single one of those shades, even the mini one. I think the powder compact is really cool because when you lift it up, you have a little stowaway for a brush, so you can definitely use it on the go. And it even has an attached chain, so you can wear your powder if you want to. You can look really cool with your Valentino refillable compact upon your shoulder. I honestly would never do that, but you know, to each their own. I think this is a cool launch, a great addition for the brand, but again, something I'm not rushing out to buy. Next up from NYX Cosmetics, we have the Bear With Me Blur Tint Foundation. So this is supposed to be a hydrating foundation. So if you have dry skin, this would be for you. And it's a medium buildable coverage, which is my favorite type of coverage. And it's supposed to blur your skin. So if you have pores or dark spots, it covers that for you. Now, like I said in my Walmart video, NYX is one of the priciest drugstore brands. And I'd imagine just by how this looks that it's a little tiny bottle of foundation, and this costs $14. The average amount of product that you get in a foundation bottle is 1.0 fluid ounces, and I don't know what this one is because it doesn't say, but it looks really tiny, and you're paying $14 for that at the drugstore. So that is pretty pricey. Having said that, would I still be interested in purchasing this? The answer to that question is yes. If I see this in store at some point, I would definitely pick this up. It seems like a product that's right up my alley, and I would love to try it out. I haven't tried very many things from NYX just because they're so super expensive, and I would rather buy more products from cheaper brands than buy one product that's really expensive. Now, I know the hardest thing for any brand to come out is complexion products because everybody and their mother complains about shade range. No matter what a brand does, in the consumer's eyes, they can never get it right. So this picture looks like they really tried to do their best, and I think it looks great. It also says that this foundation is flexible, so that one shade can cover multiple skin tones. So there are 24 different shades, so that covers an entire range, and I think that is really neat. Can we make this video without talking about Kaleidos? They are coming out with their winter 2023 lip vaults. Now, each lip vault comes with 4 new shades of their Cloud Lab lip glaze. Now, I love Kaleidos. I love every single thing that they do. Do I have everything that they've made? No. Do I want everything that they've made? Yes. I have quite a few of their products, but I don't have everything, but I do like to collect their stuff, and I do have one of their dressers, and I use it for decoration, and I just adore it. Now, this product that we're talking about right now is one of my favorite lip formulas. It is beautiful on the lips and it lasts a very long time, and it's super comfortable and easy to apply. So it looks like one of the vaults is going to be completely neutral shades, and then the other vault is going to be extremely fun shades. Now, I'm interested in both of them because I like to wear neutral colors on the daily, and I also like to wear really fun colors too. So I don't really discriminate between any type of lip shades. If I had to pick a favorite color from the neutral vault, I would probably say I like the shade Tundra the best. It's kind of a neutral brown with a yellow undertone, and I just think that is super pretty. And I don't have another shade like that. I think it is gorgeous, but I would wear all 4 of those. The shade Echo Valley looks really cool too. It is kind of like a grayish, and I think that would be a really fun for a cool tone look. Now, looking at the colorful vault, can we deny the shade Golden Rosin is anything but fun? That is a bright brown, yellow, orange. I don't even know what to call that shade, but I don't have another one like that. It reminds me of a lipstick from Melt Cosmetics, and I've always wanted that one. It is so pretty. And I also love the shade Siren, that bright blue purple. The only problem with deeper lip shades like that is sometimes when you apply them, they get really patchy. But I did see Heather Austin wear the shade Siren in her new makeup releases video, and it didn't look patchy at all. So I think these are going to apply super beautiful, just like I expect them to. So if you were interested in purchasing these, have no fear because they are a beautiful formula. Next up, we have something else from Tarte, and it's part of their C line, and this is called their Glow Light Skin Filter, costing $30. And like I said, I like stuff from Tarte. And this seems to be like one of those 3-in-1 products where you can use it as an all-over base alone, or you can mix it in with your foundation, or you can wear it as a liquid highlighter. I do see here it says it is made with hyaluronic acid in it, and I try to stay away with any product that has hyaluronic acid in it And if you pay attention to the beauty industry, literally everything has hyaluronic acid in it, so it's really, really difficult to stay away from that ingredient. So I try to, but it's really, really hard. But I kind of have a product like this already from Tarte, and it's called the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand, and I love it. I use it all the time. It's one of my staple products that I keep out here in the living room because I do love it. And this seems kind of like a revamp of that product. And in my opinion, I think Tarte has seen, you know, all the viral stuff about the Charlotte Tilbury and the e.l.f. Halo Glow, you know, just being really popular lately. So they kind of jumped on the bandwagon and kind of just re-released what they already had, renamed it something different, and said it's 3-in-1, and they wanted people to buy it. So that's what they did here. And I'm not mad at them for it. I think they have great complexion products, and I think it's going to do well for them. Now, what do we have here? I haven't seen anything about this. This is from Rare Beauty, and it's called the Positive Light Under Eye Brightener. Now, I love a product like this, and it looks pretty cool with that metal applicator. And it does cost $24, which is a great price for Sephora, but pretty expensive in my opinion. And it says it's a sheer, flexible, light coverage product, which visibly reduces your dark circles. I'm not sure how well it's going to do that if it's a sheer light coverage, but I don't know, maybe it will be something that will be perfect for use under a more full coverage concealer. It does come in 6 different shades, and I would probably get mine in the shade light medium. Now, this is something I would be very interested in because I do like a light coverage product under my eye, especially if I'm using it as a corrector, and I'm one to use correctors. I do like them a lot, and I love testing out new products, and I especially like testing out things that are cooling under the eye. And that applicator tip, you know, it being metal, I think it would do a great job of, you know, kind of depuffing the eye as you apply. So I'm very interested in this. Everything I've tried from Rare Beauty so far, I've really liked. I don't think I've tried a dud from them thus far, so this is something that's on my radar. I'm not going to be one to first pick it up and, you know, get my review out there ASAP, so. But I'm just going to put this on my list and keep my eye out for it, maybe pick it up during a sale or something. So here's our next picture, and according to the caption, this picture displays the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 1 palette, but it says that they might be working on a new palette. So putting it out there, I don't own any of the Patrick Ta palettes, although I really want to, and if I had to pick one, I would pick the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2 because I like the rosy tones pretty much, more so over that of the Bare Neutrals. But I'm very interested to see what a third palette would look like and wonder how that would go. Maybe a cool tone one would be right up his alley. Now, please keep in mind that these palettes are $68 a piece, so they're very, very expensive, but they are pretty innovative. You know, they have really cool formulas in there. They have a couple creams and some beautiful mattes. So it is something I'm interested in to do a review and tutorial on one day. But I do tend to get all my palettes secondhand, so I get them about half or a third of the price. So I would never pay $68 for a palette. Now let's talk about this Essence collection called Positive Vibes Only. The first thing I think of when I see this is that they're marketing towards teenagers. Essence usually releases pretty romantic collections, and this is definitely not that. They seem to be targeting a completely different audience with this, and it's not me for sure. I love doing graphic design. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I don't like this, and I think they butchered this one, honestly. To me, and this is my opinion, it looks like there wasn't any effort put into this, and it's a lot of stock stuff, and I just really don't like it. And the reason I say it's marketed towards teenagers is because it has all the viral stuff in it. So you have the color changing blush, you have the color changing lip balm, you have the trendy press on nails, the trendy textured shadows. So that's just what makes me say that. Next up from Maybelline, we have the Fit Me Fresh Tint Vitamin C Skin Tint. And yes, please, I will take any kind of tinted product, BB cream. Those are some of my favorite things to wear. I think they're beautiful, and just the whole idea of this sounds great. It's only available in Asia now, so obviously I can't get my hands on it, but if this was available in America, I would buy it, no questions asked. I would run out to the store right now, go get it, try it out today. That's how interested in this I am, and it says it has natural coverage, suitable for all skin types. I think Maybelline does complexion really well, so I have no doubt this is going to be pretty on the skin, and I love the little addition of vitamin C in there, so no complaints from me on this one. So I guess it's time for these big brands to start releasing their spring 2023 collections. So here we have another limited edition collection from Dior, And we have a big eyeshadow palette, we have a little eyeshadow palette, and their limited edition packaging. And I guess I like animal print, but I'm not crazy about this packaging at all. And I don't like the layout of the big palette. I don't like the colors in it, really. I don't like the colors of the small palette. I don't really care for this collection. So it's not calling to me. I'm not inspired by it. So this is a pass for me. And I most definitely wouldn't fork over the money to have this collection just because it says Dior on it. It is not worth that to me. Next, we have from Too Faced their new Spring 2023 collection, and it's called Pinker Times Ahead. So we have a standard eyeshadow palette, some blushes, and then something called a Cheek Popper Blushing Highlighter. And then that weird product has a vanilla orange ice cream scent. And then they're also releasing a special killer liner in a pink shade. Okay, so let's break this down. The eyeshadow palette, I love the color story. I would totally buy it. Not crazy about the cover. I think it's a little bland. But like all Too Faced collections, if you wait 6 months, you can go find them at the CCO for 50% off. And I guarantee you this will be there in 6 months. Now, I really, really adore the Cloud-Like blurring blushes. I would buy one of those. I think they're beautiful, and I just think I would use them. I think they're so pretty. That's the most attractive part of this collection for me. As far as the killer liner, I did an eyeliner review and wear test on the original killer liner, and it did not wear well for me at all. It actually really pissed me off, so I would never spend $23 on that. Now let's talk about the Cheek Popper Blushing Highlighter. Now if you look closely, imprinted into the product, it says Pinker Times Ahead. And all I see when I look at that is it's crooked in there. And I can't unsee that, and it really bothers me. And I don't want to pay $27 for a blush highlighter hybrid product where I'm going to be mad every time I see that. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or it was a tooling mistake or something, but not for me. Okay, next up is from a brand that we don't hear about a lot, and it's called Elsie Cosmetics, and they're coming up with their Minimalist Special Edition Volume 2. So this is an all shimmer small palette, and I love palettes like this. This palette appeals to me on so many levels. I would buy this, especially for that bottom right shade. That looks like a holographic shade, and I love it. If you're wondering who they're trying to target with this palette, the answer is me. I'm their audience. This is so beautiful to me. I would buy this. Now we're going to have a little talk about this Physicians Formula collection. You see that concealer range? They have 6 concealers here. And tell me why everybody is complaining about the shade range of this concealer launch, where the Rare Beauty is launching 6 of the exact same shades and they're getting praised for it. There is literally no difference. Concealers are supposed to brighten and correct, not be your sole coverage product. There's literally no difference, guys. You can't praise one brand and hate on another brand for doing the exact same thing. That is pure hypocrisy. So getting all that out of the way, let's look at this actual collection. Would I try the concealers? Absolutely. Physicians Formula makes some beautiful complexion products, so I would definitely try some of these concealers. I'm not quite sure about the applicator. It kind of looks like it would get a little crusty dusty, but you know, I would try it. The thing though is that this brand is kind of expensive too, but they do run some great sales on their website. So if you're ever looking for some of their products, definitely check their website because that's where all the good prices are. I'm also very interested in that product called the Diamond Setter. I like their diamond line and I love a good setting spray, so that is something else I would pick up. I'm not sure if any of these prices are listed. The setting spray is $13.99, so that is, like I said, quite pricey. So it was something I would be getting on sale, as is the concealer at $11.99. And the last thing that I want to talk about from Trend Mood is this ColourPop Aurora Struck palette. And the only reason why I want to talk about this is because this is my Christmas present. My husband always lets me pick out something fancy for Christmas, and this is what I picked out, and I'm so very excited to get this. It hasn't came in the mail yet, and I have been wanting this since it released, and it is so pretty to me. This is my type of palette. I didn't get any of the other products in the collection, although I really wanted that Soul Body glitter, but I didn't get it. Maybe another day, another time, but I really wanted the palette, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it and play with that. I know ColourPop shipping takes forever, so hopefully it gets to me by Christmas, but he said he's going to wrap it up and everything, so hopefully I get to open it up on Christmas, fingers crossed. So now we're moving over to Chic Profile Official and seeing what new luxury releases are happening. Okay, so the first thing I'm seeing is a new purple palette from Byredo. And I love the aesthetic of Byredo, so I would definitely try this. And it is very pricey. Everything that we're going to talk about in this segment is quite pricey, so just bear that in mind. But would I try this? Absolutely. I'm not going to try it anytime soon, but I love the little idea of it. I love that it's a quint. I love the colors. Purple's my favorite color, so very into it. In this picture, she's comparing it to the Viseart Violette Étendue. And she says they're quite similar, so if you have one, you don't need the other, but I don't have either, so I would definitely like to try the Byredo one for sure. Next up from Dior, we have their new Dior Addict Lip Maximizer Plumping Gloss. $40 for 6 mils, and all I can say to that is hell no. And let me clear the air really quick. I'm not hesitant to spend $40 on a product, but I just don't want to spend $40 on a logo. I have so many good lip plumpers in my collection that cost about half the price that I don't feel like I need to spend it on this. I just think the colors are going to be sheer. It's not going to do what it's supposed to do. I just don't have faith in this product, so I'm not going to put my money there. So Bobbi Brown just released their 2023 Lunar New Year collection, and it's okay. I love the packaging, but it kind of just looks plain to me. And it kind of is a reiteration of the new Chanel Tweed collection. If you look closely at the pictures, if you look at the texture of the shadows, they look like the Chanel Tweed. I think the quad in the collection is new, and then everything else is just repackaged to reflect the Lunar New Year event. So if I'm wrong on that, please correct me in the comment section, but that is what I'm thinking about this one. Next, Tom Ford just released new shades in his satin matte formula. Apparently these are only available now in the UK. I have always been dying to try Tom Ford lipstick. They are $44, and yes, I would pay that for one. And, you know, given the opportunity to have the right shade at the right time, I would buy one of these. Now, would it be any of these shades right here in particular? I'm not so sure. I'm not feeling any pull towards any of these, really, but I'm sure there's some in his line that I would really like. If you have a favorite Tom Ford lipstick, let me know what your favorite shade is so I could check it out. And then for the last luxury thing that we're going to talk about the Guerlain Spring 2023 launch. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because Guerlain is my favorite luxury brand in the entire world. Now, do I own anything by Guerlain? No. Do I want to? Yes, I want to own every single thing that they release. In fact, I want to buy this entire spring collection, okay? I want the eyeshadow palette, I want the compact, and I want every single shade of lipstick. But in reality, I'm not going to get any of it, but I really, really want to. I think it's so, so pretty, guys. I just think it's so luxurious, and I just love it. Let me know if you have a brand like that where you just love every single thing that they launch, and you just want every single piece. I feel that way towards Guerlain as a luxury brand, and I feel that way towards Kaleidos as kind of like a high-end brand. And as far as drugstore brands, I feel that way towards L'Oreal. I always want all the L'Oreal stuff. Next, we're sliding on over to Indie Makeup Hotspot. We're going to talk about some indie makeup releases and seeing what's going on here. Oh my god, guys, this is so freaking cute. This is from a brand called the Beat House Cosmetics. I've never heard of them, but this is called the Wedding Planner palette, and it's a neutral palette. But look at how adorable it is. I love how it's spiral bound. I've never seen another palette like that. And the shimmer shades in here just look beautiful. And the price of this is $27, which is very approachable in the eyeshadow palette market. I'm not really a girly wedding kind of person, so I'm not really crazy about the theme. That's not why I like it, but I just like the idea of this, and I think it's very, very new and different, and I love that. So this is really cute, and I really like it. So a brand that I have talked about before is called Sugar Drizzle, and look at this release that they're coming out with. It is called their mini holographic eyeshadow palette, and it's one of 3, so they're coming out with 2 following, and I am so excited about this. Oh my gosh, it costs $45 for 6 shades. Wow. But look at the swatches of this palette. This is what gets me super excited about makeup. I don't have any shadows like this. I have one multi-chrome and one holographic shade, but I am dying to get my hands on something like this. This is so pretty. And looking at these shadows, I can't tell you which one is my favorite. I love all of them, and I would wear all of them equally. I think this is stunning, and if you're looking for pressed shadows that have that holographic effect, this would be a good starter palette for you. And considering the price, I have to do the math on it, but I'm not so sure that's very expensive because I remember Lethal Cosmetics came out with a multi-chrome palette and they were charging like $180 for it. So $45 isn't really expensive in this market, but like I said, I would have to do the math on it. But just thinking about it really quick, I don't think that's like an unheard of price. Next up, we have a palette from Cara Beauty, and I love this brand. You can frequently find them at TJ Maxx or Marshalls. That's where you can find most of their palettes, but you know, of course, you can shop on their website as well. But this is called their Mega Glitz Pressed Glitter Palette, and it looks simply gorgeous. You know I love pressed glitter, so I would be into this. But the thing is, I'm very, very picky about my pressed glitters, although I do love them. So given the chance, I would definitely give this a try, but I'm not sure if I would like it, you know? The swatches don't look very promising, but they could be good while you use them in a certain way. I love all the colors that you get in here. I love the size of it. I just think it would be super fun. And it's $28.99, so it is very approachable as well. And if you look at the picture, if you look at the top right shade, it looks like it has a base glitter with some chunky pieces in it. I've never seen anything like that before, so that's pretty cool. And then look at these guys. From Terra Moons, we have 15 new shades. And these are some of the most beautiful shifty shades I have ever seen in my life. I can't get over it. I can't keep doing this to myself. I just want to buy all the stuff. I mean, look at that red matte swatch. Look at how stunning that is. And then, oh my gosh, look at all these shifty shades. They just look stunning, and I want to put all of them on my eyeballs. I don't currently own anything from Terra Moons, but they've always been on my radar. I always check out their new releases, and they have some stunning quality stuff. And everybody that does reviews on all of their eyeshadows say that it is top of the top of the top quality. And I can definitely tell that from what I'm seeing right now. So this is super exciting, and if you're looking for really shifty shades, this is where to go. Now keep in mind, shades like this aren't cheap, so you're going to be paying a pretty penny if you want something like this. Okay, and the last place we're going to head over to is YesStyle and check out the new K-Beauty releases. Guys, I could just spend hours upon hours on this YesStyle site because they have so many new releases all the time, and the stuff is so beautiful, but you got to be very careful about the prices on here because some of the stuff is way overpriced, but you can also find some really good deals if you look. So the first thing that I'm really into is from Millifee, and it's called the Sparkle Liquid Eyes. And I love liquid eyeshadows, and these just look like they would be incredibly sparkly, and I think they would make a beautiful single shadow or a topper shade. Now, it looks like some of them come with a doe foot applicator, and one of them comes with a brush tip, so you can use it kind of like you would a sparkle liner. But I really, really like that yellow, orange, gold one. I haven't seen a eyeshadow like that before, so that one really stood out to me. And next, again from the brand Millifee, this is a new brand to me. I've never seen them before, but their stuff is just beautiful. Look at these palettes that they're coming out with. Look at the artwork on the front, and then look at the color stories. I just love everything about these palettes. So each one is a 6-pan, and it looks like they have different textures on the inside. I think these are gorgeous pieces, and eyeshadow palettes are some of my most favorite parts of makeup, so these are right up my alley. Next up, I see two products from Focolor, and this has been a brand I've tried in the past. I got them first on eBay, but you can get their stuff, you know, pretty well on YesStyle too. And they're coming out with this palette called Ever Changing Eyeshadow Palette, and they also have the 3-color face palette too. And this eyeshadow palette looks super pretty, and I love all the colors in it. It looks like something almost from Sigma. That's what it's reminding me of anyway, but I think I just really like that. And I think the 3-color face palette is just really stand out to me. It comes with a highlighter, a blush, and a bronzer. And I love the powder products from Focolor in specific. So I've never tried their eyeshadows before, but I would imagine with all the powders I've tried from them that their eyeshadow formula would just be divine. And then the last thing I want to talk about from YesStyle is from a brand called Monster Factory, which is also a new brand to me. And the product that we're going to be talking about is their concealer. And I don't know how to pronounce the name of it, but it seems like it's Sha concealer. But I love testing out new concealers, guys. So this just looks like it would be fantastic. The description sounds lovely. And is specifically made to spot cover, so I would like to try this as an all-over base product. So this just seemed very interesting to me, and I do like this one. So guys, that's all the new makeup products we're going to go about today. I feel much more in the know and kind of like I know what's going on now. Like I said, if you disagree with any of my comments about anything, let's just have a friendly debate down in the comment section. and I'm gonna go chill out and check my email for a little bit, and I'll be back for the next segment. So guys, I got this big bag of makeup that we're gonna sit here and try now, and I'm very excited to dig into this, so let's see what we have. So we have a bunch of fun things. We have 2 eyeshadow palettes, so I'm gonna use one on each eye. I have a foundation and a setting powder, and then I have some mascara and some eyeliner. So before we get started, I'm gonna use some of this Valentino fragrance today. I just completely sprayed this and missed my arm. What a waste. So the only 2 things I have on my face right now are this Tower 28 lip gloss, and then I'm wearing this CoverGirl Clean Fresh concealer kind of as a base product, but we're just gonna put foundation over it. So I'm not gonna use a primer or anything. We're just gonna go in right with the foundation on my bare skin, and I'm gonna be using this CoverGirl Outlast Extreme Wear Airbrush Finish, and I have mine in the shade 825 Buff Beige. And I can't even begin to explain to you how excited I am to use this. I've wanted this for such a long time, and I'm so excited to finally be using it. So it says this foundation is supposed to be lightweight and have a natural full coverage. And this sounds like a foundation for me because it's supposed to be sweat proof and humidity proof, which is really good for Georgia. And it's supposed to be completely comfortable and breathable. So let's go ahead and see about that. You get a nice pump dispenser, and I love the orange cap on it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pump some on. So you have to twist this because it has a locking mechanism on it. So I just try to pump it and it's locked. So you have to twist it to unlock it and then prime your pump. And that's what it looks like on my hand. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dab it around my face. When I'm working with a new foundation, usually I don't go ahead and do my whole face. Usually I work in sections so it doesn't dry and streak on me, but we're just gonna wing it today and see what happens here. I'm gonna take a brush with this today because a brush is my preferred method of application. And we're just gonna blend this out and see how it looks. All right guys, so here's what the foundation looks like applied to my face, and keep in mind that I'm not wearing any primer and my face looks completely even over my pores and texture, so I'm really liking this. And this is my type of full coverage foundation because I cannot feel it on my face at all. Remember a few months ago when I pulled the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless foundation, and when I wore that, it's an older foundation and it just felt so heavy and cake-like on my face. This is not like that at all. This is very, very lightweight and comfortable. Of course, when I get a new foundation, I have to wear it a lot and, you know, wear it over the course of a few days to see how it wears. But as far as first application, this is really, really nice. I think the shade Buff Beige is pretty good. Sometimes I go between natural beige and buff beige with CoverGirl, but this one is working pretty well for me today. Now to set that foundation, we're gonna dip into this Black Radiance True Complexion Loose Setting Powder, and again, this is in the shade Banana. Now, although this jar looks pretty big, you're only getting 15 grams of powder in here, so it does look kind of empty when you look at it. It's not full all the way to the brim. I'd say 15 grams equates to about a mid-size amount. It's not the largest powder you can get out there. But again, this powder is quite affordable and it definitely won't break the bank. Now also, this powder comes in a variety of shades, so you're gonna wanna get one that closely matches your skin tone so it doesn't look awkward sitting on your face. So when you open it up, you're greeted with a nice little sponge inside so you can apply the powder this way if you so choose. However, I normally just go in with a brush myself and kind of just dip into the powder like this and press it into my skin. So like most powders, you're gonna have to go in here and peel off the safety seal. I always find these tremendously difficult to remove. So what I'm gonna do is, since I removed that safety seal, I'm putting the lid back on and I'm gonna give it a good shake upside down to kind of get some of that powder through the sifter. So there's what the powder looks like now. And I have a more detailed powder brush because I really want to work the powder into my skin. And that's in lieu of a big fluffy brush where it kind of just deposits the powder onto your skin and forms a new layer. I don't want that. I want it to become one with my skin. So I'm starting by applying it into my pores and I'm really, really pressing it in. I didn't put anything specifically under my eyes, so I'm not really focused on how this is going to work as an under eye setting powder today. The main things I'm looking for today and what I'm really concerned about is A, is this color really going to work for me? And is it going to mattify me, or am I still going to look shiny through it? And essentially, what's it going to do for my pores and texture? One thing I could tell you right away just from using it is that I am not getting a white cast from it, and a lot of powders can do that for you and it can look really weird. So as you can see, it is completely mattifying my skin, and I love that look sometimes, and especially if you're trying to wear your makeup for a long period of time, something like this is really going to hold it in place and ensure your makeup just doesn't slide off your face. So I'm going to let that powder just sit on there and kind of bake a little bit, and then I'm going to dust it off with my brush after a few moments. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and fine tune this by just dusting off any residual powder that's on my skin. So here's what the powder looks like up close, and I think it did a phenomenal job. I'm very impressed with it. I think it looks great. Of course, I really want to try this on my under eye when I have some concealer and some corrector on to see what it does, if it creases on me or looks heavy. But I don't have anything under there now, so I can't really try it. But it looks really good as an all-over face setting powder. So if you're into loose powders like this is definitely one to keep on your radar. Next, for my right eye, we're going to take this Laura Geller Warm and Wonderful Baked Eyeshadow Palette, and we're going to create a look on this eye. And this palette is unique because the entire top comes off, and you have kind of a layout like this. And you have an entire eye look already outlined for you. So you have your base shades here, so you can set it. And when I create my eye look today, I'm going to follow the outline so we can create kind of what they set out for us to do. So our first step is base. So I'm going to take one of these shades and just apply it as a base shade. Next, we're going to jump down here to crease. So I got to pick one of these shades for my crease. What about this one right here? It's been a long time since I've worked with baked eyeshadows. Now we're jumping down to the outer corner section, and I want to use this one to kind of match the dress I'm wearing. Not that it's going to match perfectly or anything, but close enough. And we're going to just tap this on the outer corner right here. And I'm blending it inward. Baked eyeshadows blend so nicely, guys. Now we need to apply something to the lid, so let's try this one. Now we're going to go in with our shimmer topper. So I'm going to take this shade right here and use my finger to apply this to my lid as the topper. I'm going to go ahead and take this brush and just blend the edges of that out so it doesn't look so forced. Now what are we missing? We have the inner corner, we already did lid, we have the outer corner, which we did, and we have to do a liner. So let's go ahead and do inner corner. I'm going to take a little tiny bling brushes and go into this bright pearly shade. This is going to be so pretty. Wow, just look at how bright that is. That's amazing. Okay, next, I'm taking that same little tiny brush, and I'm going to use this lighter brown shade, and we're going to use this shade for the lower lash line. So here's our quick eye look done in the viewfinder using the Laura Geller palette, and I think it came out wonderful. I think it's so pretty and it's so fun to work with baked eyeshadows. Okay, next we're going in with this little Hard Candy Envy palette that I was so excited to find at Walmart. I'll tell you, I was looking for these for a long time, and that Walmart just recently got these in. So I'm going to create an eye look using this palette on this side today. So we're going to have mismatched eyes today, and I'm going to wear them all day and not even think about it. So on this Jaclyn Hill brush, I'm taking this light shade right here, and we're going to apply this into our crease. Now I'm going into the dark green. I was impressed with how easily that blended. It took no work, guys. So I'm taking this dark green jade shade now and gonna apply this to the outer corner by just lightly tapping it into place, just so I don't over apply this because it can be a little scary. Now once I get enough applied, I'm gonna start slowly blending it inward. I'm also gonna take that deep green shade and connect this to the top and bring it on my lower lash line. Now the thing that I can tell you right away from using this just now is that although these two green shades look quite different in the pan, on my eye, they look very similar. So depending upon how heavily you use this light matte green is what's gonna warrant how you're going to use both these shades together. When you have a little quad like this, it doesn't mean you have to use every single shade in it like I'm going to be using today. You could just do a 1 to 2 shade eye look. I'm just using all the shades today just so I can see how each one performs. But when I have a palette, and especially a smaller palette like this, I love seeing more contrast in the colors so you can do more with the palette. So I'm going to take my finger and go into this green shimmer shade, and I'm putting this onto my lid. Oh wow. This is much more shimmery than I had anticipated. Now I'm gonna get a bit of that green shimmer on my brush and kind of just blend it into the crease a little bit so it looks a little bit more uniform there. And then I'm gonna take my little teeny pencil brush and go into this first shade. I'm not sure what color it is. It almost looks like a pearl to green duochrome almost. And I'm gonna apply this into the inner corner. Yeah, see how it looks white in the pan, but it applies green on my eye? That's really cool. So if you are looking at these palettes, no doubt in my mind, the shimmers in here are standout. They are super good, very impressive, guys. The mattes are nice too. They blend wonderfully, they perform nice, but they're just very similar looking when you apply them to the eye. So now we're gonna get into this Laura Geller 5-piece eyeliner collection. We have 5 different shades, 2 different eye looks. So I definitely wanna try a black because you can tell a lot about a brand from their black eyeliner. I already tried the brightening color a few days ago, so we're gonna skip this one today. The charcoal one looks so close to black that we're gonna skip this one today since we are using the black. So we're left with a navy and a brown. I think I'll use the brown today on this look over here because that'll look really pretty, and we'll forego the blue. So we're gonna apply black over here and the brown one over here. So these liners are super cute, and they're a twist up retractable pencil type, and they have the tiniest little micro tip on them. So what I'm doing is I'm getting it started on the back of my hand just so it warms it up a little for my waterline. And then I'm just going to put this in my entire waterline. Okay, so here's the black eyeliner on, and it was such a pleasure to put on, and I think it looks great too. I did take it a little bit down onto the lower lash line so it just has more of a fullness on it. So now I'm gonna take the brown one, which is the exact same thing. So I'm gonna, again, warm this up on the back of my hand so I have the best application. And this is really a chocolate brown, which will match beautifully. So here's the brown eyeliner, and see how it has that red undertone, and it just looks fabulous. And I really love how these work. They're just so nice and creamy, and I especially love the micro tip. I think this is the only eyeliner like that in my collection. I don't have anything else that's so small where I can do some precise work with a liner. The box also says that these are waterproof, so they should last in the waterline quite a long time, if not the whole day that I'm wearing this makeup. I'd be interested in doing an entire wear test for this, and it says that they're great for tight lining as well. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? That one that I really wanted to use, the dark navy one, I'm going to go ahead and tight line my eyes with the navy one. I don't do tight lining on a consistent basis, but sometimes I do when I want a little bit more drama. You guys, this is such a nifty pencil for tight lining. It's so easy. Tight lining can be quite an uncomfortable thing to do, and this pencil, you can't even feel it. There we go. Now I got to use the navy pencil and I feel satisfied. Okay, and the last product that we're going to test out today is also from Laura Geller, and this is their Always There waterproof mascara duo. And of course, we're just going to use one mascara, and let's see what it says about this. Okay, so it is a waterproof formula, so this should last all day. And the reason why I like waterproof mascaras is because if you curl lashes, this really holds the curl. I'm not gonna curl my lashes today because I wanna see if this has any natural curling efforts to it. This is supposed to give you volume and length and have long-lasting wear. And here's the picture of the before and after, so you can see nothing there. And then here you get some nice fanned out defined lashes. So let's go ahead and give this a shot. And I did get this set in the color black. Black is my favorite mascara color, although I do like wearing colored mascaras as well. Now this is the hardest part of doing makeup in a viewfinder, is doing your mascara. So here's what the tube looks like. You have the Laura Geller branding right here. This is the name of the mascara, your Always There waterproof mascara, and then all your distribution info over here. And then there's your bottom color label. So we're gonna incorporate a little bit of air into the formula. And here's the wand. It's a really nice, almost like an hourglass shape, but very faint. And I always like to smell my mascaras because some of them have a really potent smell. Very interesting. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and apply this to my lashes. We're just gonna start with one coat and see what happens with that. The size of this brush makes it very easy to get this inner portion of the lashes. I always have a hard time getting this inner portion without making a mess on my eyelid. And when I do mascara, I like to style my lashes and kind of have this flare out on the end. And so far I'm able to do that with this mascara. I'd say so far that this is a drier formula and I'm not getting any clumps with it. It's just perfectly defining my lashes so far. And I do appreciate that it's not over depositing product, so it's not hard to work with in the slightest. Okay, so there's one coat on my first lashes. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye, and then we'll come back for a second coat and then do the lowers. So as I was applying it on this eye, and this is my trouble eye from my entire eye just being more hooded and asymmetrical from this eye over here, my lashes just aren't getting the lift that I generally like to get with a mascara. See, when I apply it to my roots, see this lift? I like them to go up higher. And, you know, maybe it'll be different if I curl them. Maybe this will hold that curl. So I'm going to have to try it in that way. But naturally, this is just not giving me that lift and curl that I like a mascara to give me. I am thankful that it's not clumping up and it's doing a nice job of definition and all that stuff. And I am getting some decent length from it, but I'm just not getting all the aspects of a mascara that I always look for. And also keep in mind that waterproof mascaras are always harder to remove. So I always recommend an oil-based eye makeup remover to get them off. An oil-based remover is gentle on your eye and your surrounding sensitive skin, but they really do a nice job of getting all that tough mascara off. Now we're gonna go in with the lower lashes, and this is really hard to do on the camera, but we're gonna try. Sometimes I do it like this, but most of the time I do it vertically. Usually I like to go in with like this just to get all the lashes. It's just easier this way, especially when you have an hourglass brush. So guys, here's the final look using all the new products I just got for Christmas, and I am so loving it. I can't even begin to tell you which eyeshadow look I like better. I am always in love with the green eyeshadow look, and a neutral look always has my heart as well. I think they're each different in their own way, and they each bring something to the table, so I think they both look great. The foundation looks fabulous. The powder was fabulous. The eyeliners just knocked my socks off. The mascara was kind of like this, but I'm gonna have to work with that and see how it best works. And I'm definitely thinking that it needs a lash curler for its best effect. And yeah, that's all the makeup we tried. Okay guys, here's my dinner tonight. I have some scrambled eggs, some cheese grits, Fuji apple, my cashews, almonds, and walnuts, my dinner time supplements, and my water bottle. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end Vlogmas Day 19 right here and eat my dinner. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope you guys had quite an amazing day as well. And if you liked today's video, please give me a giant thumbs up. And if you didn't like it, just click that thumbs down button. And until next time, bye!